Alex Northstar here, and today I put AI to a bit of an extreme test. You are the captain of a spaceship with 50 members, and you can only save 30 of them when you go back to Earth. What are you going to do? Or let's better say, what AI is going to do? Because I'm actually doing a bit of a more technical testing of two of the current leading AI models. So we have here ChatGPT 4o Mini, the latest release from OpenAI, and Claude Sonnet 3.5, the smartest AI currently on the market. What I wanted to see is like how much are they different and how are they better when compared to another. All right, so I actually went through 7 different prompts, but the last one is the spiciest, so definitely stay tuned at least at the end of the video. So let's see here though what happened, which one is better. Now, important clarification here to mention is that for coding, Claude is definitely superior. So like there's no doubt about that one. So that's why I didn't test the coding capabilities of this one. It's more about creativity, brainstorming, problem solving, and logic. So some of these things that might surprise you. We'll see what I mean with this, right? So first of all, we started with the concept of market saturation explained to a 10-year-old. Simple. We start with simple. All right. So the funny thing is that both of them decided to talk about lemonade stands, which was interesting to me. But we have a short response from ChatGPT 4o Mini, solid, and then Claude actually gave a long response with more details. So on this one, I would say that Claude wins this competition here. Definitely feel free to pause the video if you want to read the full outputs here, because some of them are quite interesting. Now, we go a bit more into the detail of this one. Comprehensive marketing strategy for a fashionable brand targeting Gen Z, right? So we have quite a lot of things here. They do brand positioning and identity, which is very solid. Social media strategy, here, both kind of fail. I mean, because they mention, I think at one point there is a mention of Facebook. Oh no, this isn't further testing. All right. So we have here Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, influencer marketing, content creation, community building, advertising, measurement. Solid from ChatGPT, but Claude went much more into detail here. So they have also experiential marketing, which was mentioned the other one. You have also email marketing mentioned here, performance marketing. So it actually gives a bit of extra information, which is, I think, it's quite useful compared to what we got from ChatGPT 4o Mini. Now, this is where the creative part starts, because I wanted to get a 500-word story about a protagonist who stumbles upon a secret of this mirrored realms, and it's basically a story connected to mirrors. Now, honestly with you, both stories were really good, like quite nice. As I said, you can pause the video and just read them to know everything what happens here. So one of the stories was from Alara and her family secret, I guess, where she travels to these various worlds between mirrors. Quite interesting. And on the Claude side, we have here the Mirror's Edge. And also here we have Lila, both of them two young ladies, I guess. And this one has to do with her grandma. Also great story. Both of them kind of fail because they do not respect the 500-word cap, which I kind of expected this from LLMs. They're never that precise, but like the ChatGPT 4o Mini goes much longer, for like 634 words, and Claude goes like 570. So they both kind of failed, but the stories are both very good. Creatively said, I think Claude still has the edge, but both are really solid. A little logic test. Farmer has 17 sheep. All but 9 die. How many sheep are there left? Actually, I should have left this so you can try to guess it first and then you can see the results. But the thing is, both of them get it right. You have here a very quick response from ChatGPT, and then you have the one from Claude, which is actually more in-depth and explains the logic. Again, Claude wins this one. Now we go more into the business part. A CEO of a struggling regional airline. You have a lot of these like problems here with low-cost other competitors. So we need here some solutions for our CEO, right? Now, on here on the side of ChatGPT, you have some things which are quite solid. You have financial considerations, a lot of stuff actually. It gets through a quite in-depth response. So, by the way, I don't know why they necessarily call it mini, because the answers are really solid. I did a comparison on this one, by the way, compared to the normal ChatGPT 4o, and I was a bit surprised. by the results. That's another video. I'll put it in the description so you can check it out. But you have here quite a lot of details what you should do. Not bad, not bad at all. On the Claude side though, it goes similar in a similar direction, but gives you much more information, like brand refresh. It goes like in-flight experience, post-flight. These are kind of mentioned by ChatGPT, but Claude does a much better job. So it's a bit shorter, but it's a lot more, as you can see, a lot more details. Now, another one that we have then is to develop a content strategy for an eco-friendly product line. And this one I was mentioning kind of both failed because they mentioned Facebook and Twitter. Let's see if you can figure out what's wrong with that one. Well, because basically Facebook is actually called Meta now and Twitter is called X now. So both of them are kind of outdated, I guess. I don't know why they gave this output, but yeah, we have here hashtags which don't perform that well. So this is the result that I get from ChatGPT 4.0. Mini, solid, also the blog articles, email newsletter, and then the conclusion, of course. Now, for Claude, it goes a bit more in depth. So it gives you here the strategy. It gives you even sample blogs. I mean, both of them kind of do it, but again, Claude kind of does it better. So you can see that one is quite superior to the other. Now we go though to the spicy part. Now we go to a crazy challenge to basically decide if you can save these 50 people, and answer is you cannot. So I literally told the AI, you have a crew of 50 people, you can save only 30. What are you gonna do? And we have two very different responses here, which was really interesting. This is the part I would like to talk a bit more, because if you go on the results of ChatGPT Mini, of course, both of them try to first, figure out the short-term solutions, to properly handle the crew. But you have here at this point, crew reduction strategies. So here they say voluntary reduction with cryogenic sleep if technology is available, or to stay behind in a safe, isolated area to reduce resource consumption. So it doesn't go too much into detail what's going to happen to these 20 poor people. Ethical selection, and so on. It's not bad. I mean, ChatGPT plays it really safe, it tries to consider it's a bit more benevolent, perhaps, I don't know, or more censored. Also, it's a possibility. Meanwhile, with Claude, crew reduction options. Call for volunteers willing to sacrifice themselves, lottery system, and other stuff. So actually Claude goes more into detail to this one, and they have I think they mentioned at one point it was like euthanasia, implementation plan for selected survivors. I need to find it because at one point it actually mentioned this, which was kind of crazy to see it, but it was more detailed. So I guess again the competition was won by Claude at this point, in terms of like who's gonna survive and who's gonna die. I'm trying to find it. Probably you already saw it and I didn't. But yeah, it's a lot more direct. So I guess Claude also here does a bit of a better job. Ethical implications too, and it discusses the whole situation, which is very fascinating to see, right? It asks you some very deep questions, let's put it this way. So yeah. Conclusions from this one, Claude definitely beats ChatGPT Mini, and this opens some interesting possibilities because I did, as I said, previous testing in another video of GPT Mini versus the standard GPT, 4.0, and they were very similar. But now that I'm seeing the results of Claude, I think Claude is quite superior to ChatGPT at this point, with its limitation, of course. It has like no web browsing, and ChatGPT has more functionality. It can do much more stuff, but the output that you get, Claude is more chatty, but also better, smarter. I can perceive it. Let me know your thoughts, and see you in the next one.